Hey guys, welcome back to Easy Country Cooking and Cooking Cheer. Like everybody else, I love Sloppy Joes, but I just don't like the stuff you buy in the cans and kind of clump it on and stuff. So I decided to make my own mixture and then put some dinner rolls on top and make it in the form of a casserole, and it came out absolutely incredible. So let me show you how to do this.
Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do is add some oil to a pan over medium-high heat, followed by a pound or kilo of medium ground beef. And we're going to break this up and fry it until it becomes a nice golden brown.
Now I'm using a medium ground beef here, guys, but you can use lean, ground chuck, whatever you like, but I just kind of like the medium. It gives you a bit of fat, just perfect.
And I should mention too that I've got quite a bit of grease and water off this, so I went ahead and gave it a drain. Okay, we are looking pretty much nicely browned up here. So what I'm going to do is move the beef to one side of the pan. And we are going in with half a small chopped onion and 3 cloves of chopped garlic, followed by half a green chopped bell pepper. And we'll just stir and saute this until that wonderful aroma of garlic and onion fill the air and that bell pepper becomes a little bit soft. Then just kind of give everything a mix around and stir it together. And my oh my, this is smelling so good, my friends. Alrighty, now we're going to throw in a small can of undrained diced tomatoes, or tomatoes, potatoes. A good heaping tablespoon of sweet pickle relish. A couple of tablespoons of everybody's all-time favorite ketchup. Yes, believe it or not, a couple of teaspoons of yellow mustard. This gives it a nice tangy touch to it. And you know me, a good tablespoon of Worcester sauce. I mean, you just gotta love it, that British twist. Then a heaping teaspoon of my all-time favorite, some Italian seasoning. Yes, you must have a couple of good teaspoons of chili powder in there. A few cracks of salt, I'd say about a teaspoon. And about the same amount of ground black pepper. Grab up the old handy dandy spoon and we shall just mix and combine everything together so it's looking real Sloppy Joe-ish.
Now as always guys, this is my weird conglomeration of seasoning. You can have what you want. You can even add some, I don't know, hot peppers or something like that, or hot pepper flakes for some heat, whatever you like, but this makes a pretty good mixture for Sloppy Joes.
Then we shall just bring this to a boil. And now the fun part, I'm going to grab up a block of old, sharp cheddar cheese and just grate this over the top. And I'd say this is probably about a cup or so. Entirely up to you how much you use and what kind of cheese you use, but I just like the old sharp cheddar.
Okay guys, I've grabbed up some fresh dinner rolls here, and I am just going to lay these over top of that Sloppy Joe mixture. Oh, this is going to be so good.
And just to fill in the gap around the edges, I've just kind of sliced them in half and ever so artistically tucked them in beside the big roll. And once I had them on there, I decided I was going to cut up each of these dinner rolls because they're going to be a real pain to try and scoop out once the dish is done. So, grab up a good sharp knife and just kind of cut them apart so you don't divide them up totally, but, when you scoop them out, they're not going to be a pain. Then take some butter, and I just melted this in the microwave, and we are going to brush those over top, and this is just unsalted butter, of those dinner rolls so when they bake, they're nice and brown and buttery and just wonderful. And then too, to make them look real fancy, and this is totally optional, but I've just taken some black and white sesame seeds and spread them over top of the buns. And I don't know about you guys, but I think this looks pretty darn good. Then to finish it off, I just sprinkled a little bit of garlic powder on to make it kind of like, garlic bread. Oh yeah, and don't forget a little bit of dried parsley too. That just adds that little bit of a finishing touch. Alrighty then, we are going into 400 degree Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius preheated oven for about 10 minutes until those buns bake up. After about 10 minutes, they are done, guys, and I think these are going to be so good. Of course, you simply have to add the finishing touches and put some freshly chopped parsley over the top to make them real pretty like. And just check these out, guys. Don't they look absolutely stunningly incredible? I think so anyway. Okay, let's grab one up and gotta get some of that Sloppy Joe mixture over top of the bun. I'm not really sure how to eat these, but this seems fairly logical to me. And just look at this. Doesn't this look incredible? And I have to add too, when you pull one up, remember we cut them into pieces before we put them in the oven, and all that cheese just sticks to the bottom of the bun in that Sloppy Joe mixture. Isn't this absolutely incredible?
Okay, let's give this a taste. This is really good. I love the Sloppy Joe mixture. Flavors just come together ever so beautifully, and it actually soaks into the bun. It is so good, a lot better than just taking the bun and sticking some in the middle. I just love this. I'm just gonna have more. You gotta make this, guys. So good.